After 32 years in the United States, I am moving to Spain with my husband and our cat. We've selected our visa, our paperwork is ready, and we leave for Barcelona in about 45 days. I'm Kyle. I'm originally from rural Central Florida, and I've spent the last decade building a life with my family in the Pacific Northwest, first in Portland and now in Seattle. Seattle is my favorite city in America by far. Not that I've been to all of them, but I can't imagine a better place to live in America than Seattle. Leaving the United States has been on my mind for a while, and it's time to finally make it happen. The desire has been with me since 2016. Back then, my husband and I had only just moved to the Northwest, and we wanted to give it a shot. I have made some of my best memories here in Seattle, and I'm going to miss the Northwest fiercely. We are finally ready to try another way of life. We spent 10 days this past February in Barcelona trying to live like locals. We avoided the touristy activities and the touristy spots and really tried to feel what it was like to live in Barcelona as a local. We, of course, rode the metro tons of times, wandered through different neighborhoods, and did more homey things like buying groceries and doing laundry. And honestly, everyday life felt so much easier. My husband and I kept looking at each other with these big, silly smiles on our face, asking if this was real. That didn't just confirm our plans, it really sealed them. Violent crime is lower, of course, gun safety regulations are much more strict, and while your petty theft and pickpocketing is common in big cities like Barcelona, overall, we felt so much safer, even at night. The food, of course, was fresh and flavorful and affordable, and it was like eating some of the best produce I've ever had in my life and tasting things for the first time. And I don't mean tasting new things. I mean, trying a tomato, for example, was like eating the sweetest, freshest tomato I've ever had in my life. It was like learning what these vegetables taste like for the first time. We also really loved the pace of life there. It moves slower, long meals, late night strolls. It all slows you down in the best way. For the queer community, it is one of the safest, most inclusive places that you can be in Europe. Couple that with world-class healthcare at a lower cost of living, and everyday life really started to feel nourishing physically, mentally, and emotionally. I'm well aware that Spain is not perfect, but my family is ready to trade the familiar for the unfamiliar in pursuit of something better, something that will change the way that we're wired, something that will help me bring priority to what is important in life versus the way that I'm currently living in the States. The visa that we are moving there on is the digital Nomad visa. If I apply for this visa while in Spain, I'm granted an automatic 3 years of residency. We are working with an immigration lawyer who has confirmed all of this for us. We are making sure that this is something that I qualify for so that when it's time for us to finally move, we will have all of our paperwork ready and we're able to apply once we get there. This decision, of course, carries a lot of weight with it. I coached a high school competitive dance team here in Seattle that has been the center of my universe for the last 6 years. We've also made our best friends here in the Pacific Northwest. We've been out here for about a decade, and that means saying goodbye to a decade of amazing memories, amazing friends, and all of the comforts and familiarities that we have here in Seattle. Moving to Spain, of course, comes with a lot of adventures, but it's also going to come with a lot of work. The bureaucracy, first and foremost, is not for the faint of heart. There are going to be some hurdles and some obstacles to settling our life in Spain, but we are ready for that challenge. And while English will get us by in some spaces, knowing Spanish and specifically in Barcelona, being familiar with Catalan is going to be critical for integrating into society. Housing in prime areas can also get really competitive and pricey, not to mention the cultural shifts like festival shutdowns and daily siestas, or the fact that pretty much all of Barcelona closes down in August, which happens to be the month that we are moving there. Knowing this ahead of time helps us feel grounded and curious. and ready. I'm far from the end of this journey, but now felt like the right time to start recording videos about it because I want to document my journey and I want to take you along that process. And so far, this journey has taught me that you don't have to follow a fixed path. This is something I've been curious about since 2016. So everyone's journey is different, and everyone's timeline of when you can pull this off is different. The reality is that we had to make sure this was viable, that we had visas that we could apply for, and we had ways that would allow us to stay in Spain full time. Have you ever thought about starting over somewhere new? Are you dreaming about it right about now? Any advice? Leave me a comment down below. If you're interested in following along my journey, going from Seattle, Washington to Barcelona, Spain, I hope you'll consider following me. And I'll see you on the next video.